Welcome, my dear students. Welcome to topic number 6, Empowerment of Women and Other Weaker Section. In this topic, we are going to see manifestation of women power, Chipko Movement, anti-liquor movement, International Women's Year, laws for women, awareness against dowry tradition, family court, trial involving alumni or alumni, the Commission of Sati Act, Protection of Human Rights Act, reservations for women, reservations for scheduled castes, scheduled tribes, nomadic and de-notified tribes and minorities. As we all know, if you see the ancient times, right from, let us say, right from our forefathers, we have seen women's participation, whether politically, socially, it is very, very less. We find women, they hardly get any rights. The rights given to them are limited. They are confined in kitchen. They are confined with one work, that is to look after the family. That is the only work given to them. Even if a girl who is good in studies are not sent for further education. And the explanation given, very simple. What do you need to do? You need to just look after the house, cook food, nurse the child, look after the husband. That is the work. That is, you have to do it. You will not do the work of a collector. You will not go to a factory to work. But this is what you need to do. And you find the boys, even he is not interested, he will be forced to send to school, sent to college for further studies. Because why? He has to take care of the house. He is the head of the family. Now we can see women's participation in the freedom struggle. As we have learned in history that women's participation was appreciated by Mahatma Gandhi. He says, women are mentally much more stronger than men. So woman has made an important contribution in all the fields in the post-independence period. Now we can see the census of 1951. The number of women is 946. You see, 1661. That is 941. In 1971, we find 930. In 1991, we find 927. And in 2001, 933. Now, why this is happening? Why is that women's participation is so less? It's getting lesser day by day. If you look at the scenario, if somebody is going to give birth to a girl, immediately they will go for abortion. They don't want the girl to be taking birth. Now, my dear students, further we will see why woman has to be treated badly. Look at her contribution. It is worth mentioning in the freedom movement. Vinoba Bhave used woman power in Bhudan movement. He started placing his faith in Mahatma Gandhi's philosophy. Women played a significant role in Telangana peasant armed struggle, which challenged the rule of Nizam and the feudal system. I would like to say there are few women leaders who wanted the woman to come out of the house and do something fruitful in society. One such person I would like to mention is Mrinal Gore. A woman in Mumbai participated in demonstration. Here she brought out people, especially women, into the mainstream. When women had to face the scarcity of supplies of essential products, rising price, in the year 1972, women participated in Latni Morcha. Women came together with a rolling pin, took out the demonstration, and they unitedly, in public, they asked the government to reduce the price and to get all the essential commodities that is useful at home. We'll watch a video.
Rapid deforestation and continuous rise in Earth's average temperature. This is how global warming is defined. Global warming, which is one of the biggest problems of the fast developing world. Every year, prominent leaders of the world meet and discuss ways to combat this problem. But they fail to incorporate the message which the women of India gave in the 70s through Chipko Movement. On 26 March 1974, a group of peasant women of rainy village of Joshimath of the then Uttar Pradesh and present-time Uttarakhand carved out a unique way to protect the falling down of trees and to reclaim their traditional forest rights that were threatened by the contractors assigned by the State Forest Department. Through the act of hugging trees, Gaura Devi led the protest. Soon this method of staging protest gained popularity. Renowned environmentalist and a Gandhian, Sundarlal Bahuguna and Chandi Prasad Bhatt provided leadership to this movement. And the movement reached Himachal Pradesh, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Bihar and even Karnataka, where it was known as a Pico. It was the Chipko movement that paved way for the Forest Conservation Act of 1980, and it was only after this movement that the immediate government completely banned cutting down of trees for lowland region for 15 years. According to a report of Forest Survey Department, only 21% of country's total land is covered under forests. However, this percentage is also declining with time, and we are bound to confront the repercussions of our indifferent attitude towards the environment. The natural disaster in Uttarakhand in 2013 tried to teach us all a lesson. Now, it's only up to us whether we want to imbibe the lessons of such natural disasters and the Chipko movement so that our coming generations gets to live in a green and beautiful environment. With Sandeep Singh, Amit's report, TD News.
Okay, my dear students, we saw a video where the women are hugging the trees because the government has ordered to cut down the trees, and here they are hugging the tree saying that it is very much necessary for the coming generation to come, or for this coming generation. Without this tree, there will be no clean environment. It is full of pollution. So people, they started hugging trees, and this hugging of trees and protecting the trees, it was called as Chipko Movement. It was very simple. Why did they do so? That they wanted that the environment should be clean, healthy for the next generation to come. Now, Chipko Movement, the trees from the forest in the foothills of Himalayas were cut down for commercial purpose. Chandi Prasad Bhatt, Sundarlal Balguna started this movement to prevent this. Women followed the strategy of holding hands and encircling each tree, as their method consists of protecting trees by embracing it, and the movement came to be known as Chipko Movement. Women had a big role to play in agricultural economy of this region. Gaura Devi was the activist who created this awareness among the women with the help of Sudhash Devi and Bachani Devi. Anti-liquor movement. In 1992, in Andhra Pradesh, a movement was started against drinking of alcohol. When the head of the household dies, untimely death due to their addiction of alcohol, the family faces serious crisis which would affect the woman the most. As a result of this, of the government policy of Arak, a locally produced alcohol, dealers have set up shops in towns and villages. The poor laboring people began to get addicted to alcohol. In 1992, 3 youths of Nellore district in Andhra Pradesh drowned in the lake and they died. All these incidents made the women to come out of the house, and they started protest against the alcohol. And so, with this movement, the entire state and the government had to adopt strict policy against the sale of alcohol. Now I say International Women's Year. UN declared 1975 as an International Women's Year. The 3 aspects of the program were peace, development, and equality between men and women. In 1975, Government of India constituted a committee, a status of women, and appointed Dr. Phil Renu Guha as its chairman. A comprehensive survey was conducted. Several issues such as social position of women, their status, consequence of constitutional provisions were made for women, and also education of women and its percentage and their progress due to education, male-female ratio, birth, mortality rate, and the role of women. Taking into consideration the entire background of the statewide conference of women was held in 1975, organized by Stri Mukti Sangharsh Samiti. Women from all walks of life participated. This Samiti published manifesto in 1978. The policy of struggle against discrimination on the basis of gender, caste, varna was adopted. The employment guarantee scheme in Maharashtra also helped to empower women. Pamila Dandavate established Mahila Dakshata Samiti in Delhi in 1976. Branches of Samiti came up to state of Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Odisha, Madhya Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh and Punjab. We could also see the Communist Party established Akhil Bharatiya Janavadi Mahila Sangathan in 1980. Efforts have been made that there are branches of this organization in all parts of India. Research on women issue was undertaken at various levels. Women study centers were started. In the first women university, the Srimati Nathibai Damodar started in SNDT Women's University in Mumbai and Tata Institute of Social Science. These centers played an important role in critical analysis and in developing the vision of women's issue. The laws related to women. The laws enacted in 1952 recognizes the right of alimony and their share in father's property. Polygamy means marrying more than one woman was made illegal, and women, just like men, got a right to sue to divorce. It was a law that took up one step forward concerning women's issue over following decade. The Dowry Provision Act 1961, both giving and taking dowry was punishable and it was offensive. Then the Maternity Benefit Act, which woman should get if she is working in a organization, she should get leave to take care of the child which she has given birth. This came into force in 1961. Now, awareness against dowry tradition. Even after enactment of anti-dowry law, the incidents where women were burned to death as the sari of the pallu catches fire while cooking. Woman slips inside the well while washing clothes, drowns and dies. Continued to be reported. Investigation revealed dowry to be the most frequent cause of death. The role of the police, the administration and judiciary was highlighted. This created awareness in the result of Dowry Provision Act, which came into force in 1984. In 1988, 2,209 women died due to dowry tradition. In 1990, the number of dowry deaths increased to 4,835. In 1993, it raised to 5,377. As we all know, there is divorce in family life. If you can't go together, they end up with divorce. So there is a family court which was established in 1984. Before they go on to divorce, there will be a counselor in the family court who would call both the parties to come into consensus so that they may avoid the divorce for the future and the betterment of the children. The family court gives priority for mutual understanding over the witnesses and the evidences, and to the counselor over the lawyer, and emphasize in resolving the issues quickly and justly. Now we all are not familiar, I think so we are familiar with alimony. It was in the year 1985 this law was passed. There was a case between Mohammed Ahmad Khan and Shah Bano Begum. This case came to the court, Supreme Court, and the verdict was for women. Shah Bano Begum had a right to alimony. However, many religious people protested against this verdict. As a result, the Muslim Women Act, Protection of the Rights on Divorce, was passed in the parliament. And it is very clear, if a woman gets into divorce, then she has to be paid some amount of money for her livelihood. So thus I conclude this first part of my lesson, and thank you for your patient hearing.